Chair. Arise to put forward new clause 32 in my name and that of my honourable friend, the member for Inverness, Nairn, Badenoch and Strathspey. The proposal here is, I think I'll outline the rationale behind this and seek reassurances as to how the government intends to cover this off. What we're proposing here is the bill should be amended to ensure that Ofcom has the strongest legal basis to deliver all the options highlighted in its digital communications review. Now, Ofcom is consulting at the moment on how it could introduce legal separation for Openreach within BT Group, but structural separation remains an option.
Will my honourable friend give way?
Yes, I'll have to give way.
Grateful for my honourable friend for giving way. Does my honourable friend agree that the current structure is insufficient to provide the incentive to effectively invest in the network that's required? And Ofcom themselves have said that the existing ownership allows it to discriminate against competitors.
I thank my honourable friend for his comments. I mean, this is at the crux of the debate at the moment as to where we go in terms of connectivity is BT. I think BT has a case to answer in terms of its investment. I think Ofcom has a case to answer in terms of being technology agnostic. I think we have to be bolder, we have to push more ambitiously for fibre, and the Minister has told us that fibre is fibre, so we look forward to seeing that progress. Our fibre means fibre. Sometimes I think the government's consumed too much fibre, but there we go. What is essential here, though, is that Ofcom is confident that it can enforce separation of Openreach should it conclude it's necessary. I think it's important to understand the position today. Now, Ofcom considers that it does have the power under the EU Framework Directive to impose structural separation. Now, the problem with that approach, of course, is Brexit also means Brexit. So as we face a scenario that should Ofcom decide separation is the right approach, would it take its case to the EU Commission at a time of Brexit? That would be fraught with difficulty, not least as BT would potentially appeal, and we have a long drawn-out process. It's also worth noting that the telecoms framework under which Ofcom regulates the UK, again, is EU legislation. And then into this, we need to consider that BT has themselves stated publicly that it believes there is no mechanism for structural separation even within the EU. So what we're trying to do here is flush out some of the government thinking. This new clause is designed to avoid the potential uncertainty and the potential paralysis should Ofcom want to go down this route. If Ofcom does not even use this power, having it there will have the added benefit of strengthening its hand in negotiation and enforcement as we all try to improve the infrastructure of the UK. I should say here at this point, my position of the SNP is that the DCR is following the right lines. Structural separation at this stage is the right approach, but what we need to do is ensure that this final option is there and available, and I would welcome the government's comments given the change in relation to the EU as to how it would propose to ensure this is an option.
Ofcom power to enforce structural separation of BT Openreach.
The question is that the clause be read a second time. Yes.
Thank you very much. We've made it clear that the UK needs a competitive and effective market in telecoms, and I've made it clear that fibre is the future, and fibre means fibre. This amendment seeks to ensure Ofcom has the power to impose structural separation on BT Openreach if Ofcom considers it necessary. There's already a process available to Ofcom to pursue structural separation should they consider it necessary, and the committee will be aware that Ofcom are currently considering how Openreach should be structured, and we've made it clear that Ofcom should take whatever action it considers necessary and that structural separation remains an option. Of course, in a rapidly moving sector like communications, situations can change. We regularly review whether Ofcom has the right powers. We'll need to do that in the context of our exit from the European Union. But at present, we believe Ofcom has the appropriate powers that it needs and will continue to have them. So with that explanation, I hope the honourable member will withdraw his amendment.
Calum Kerr?
I thank the Minister for his comments. I think it kind of summarises what I thought, this position in relation to having the powers. I think it's a weak answer in that the period that we enter into, it's clear that actually the point at which they might try and force, if they were to take this route, forced separation, we would enter into uncertainty without explicit powers. So I will not push this to a vote, Chair, but I would encourage the government to, as we evolve the picture in the EU, to be clearer, to push forward, if they think it's necessary, something specific so that it is there as a measure should it be deemed necessary.
Is it your pleasure